everybody. Welcome to the Digital High Podcast. This is Donna, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Vince. Hey, Vince.
Hello.
Hey.
You sound thrilled as always.
Always, yes. I'm just so thrilled to fucking talk to you.
It's been forever.
It hasn't been that
It's been like a month.
Not that long.
Yeah.
No.
Fast 2 was the last thing we talked about together. That was a while ago.
That's not true.
What was the last thing we talked about?
We just did the, what we were looking forward to in the...
Oh, yeah, we did do one after that.
Yeah.
Whatever. They are blurred together.
Boss. And also with us is Aaron joining us again. Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for joining us again. And you guys might remember Marquise from previous shows. Hello, Marquise.
Greetings.
Greetings. Today we are doing our GTA 5 Spoilercast.
Mm-hmm.
Even though no one's finished the game except Vince.
Yeah, it's more of a discussion, I guess.
Yes, we'll do the GTA 5 discussion.
Since you guys are so lazy.
I'm not lazy. I am doing so much.
Well, you're doing good to be
That hurt my feelings.
To be Donna, you're doing a good job.
Oh, whatever.
to be a hobbit, you're doing great.
Oh, whatever. I'm doing a lot of work, man. I've been looking for UFO parts. I've been, finding interesting things.
Wait, isn't this like your first GTA?
No, I played like Vice City, like a long ass time ago.
Damn.
And because you weren't in open world games before this gen, right?
Yeah, I used to not really love open world games, and it wasn't until, I'm not sure which game first got me really, really back into it. Probably Red Dead.
Ooh.
But yeah, now I absolutely love open world games.
Okay.
They're like one of my favorite genres.
So how are you liking this then, since you're kind of a newbie?
I'm having a great... I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how does like open world feel? Do you get why people make such a big deal of Rockstar and GTA now, or did you get it before you played this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that looking back at games before the open world games, I think the style has changed some too. A little bit. So I feel like I just think they're executed a little better now than they used to be, maybe. So, I mean, before, no, I couldn't see what the big deal was. But now, yeah. I mean, but like I said, I liked Red Dead, and Red Dead's Rockstar. Mm-hmm. So, I think that Rockstar does a good job on open world games. I liked L.A. Noire. I know they didn't develop it, they published it, but still there's a lot of, so much that's similar that, I love it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the game. I'm very much enjoying pretty much everything about it, and I like the characters. The characters are well developed, I feel, especially the two probably more subtle characters I'm enjoying a lot. But
so has everyone met Trevor this year?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. So wait, did anyone? And we are going to do spoilers for this. Not anything heavy towards the end. Not to spoil you guys, but did anyone here play Lost and Damned DLC?
No.
Oh, okay. Because Trevor killing Johnny, that motorcycle guy, kind of pissed me off. Because that's the hero from Lost and Damned. The guy he
looked familiar.
The guy.
From the
okay.
cover art.
Yeah, because I remember the name of the biker gang was connected to that. I was like, all right.
The guy who he pretty much sucker punches and stomps his head in was the hero from the DLC. So I mean that put Trevor in a bad place for me during the beginning. Cause I liked Johnny because and then I was like, all right, screw Trevor, this crazy asshole. But he
careful, he'll screw
you.
He
won.
Yeah, yes, he will.
Well, I'll probably be dead, so I'll be dead. Then he'll screw me, so I'll be okay. But yeah, I mean, he won me over later. But that was my first big negative reaction to the game because I like Johnny. And I don't think that was. I don't think some people might say, "Oh, that's smart writing or that's pushy writing," but it's kind of cliche to kill. Not cliche, but it's easy to kill a main character to make the new main character seem cool.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, Trevor rubbed me the wrong way, like right off the bat. Like it wasn't even that what he was saying was offensive or anything like that. It was just like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
His type of crazy is not the type of crazy. I like the Hannibal type of crazy, like
I
crazy
love Trevor's style of crazy. I mean, he's psychopathic, but on a goal-oriented style. I mean, he's a businessman. I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing? We're going off. We're talking to Japanese businessmen about selling them meth. All right, let's fucking rock this. Oh man, I'm hooked.
Yeah, I would have no problem shooting Trevor.
Yeah.
If he was a real person. If like I had to choose, like I have no problem shooting him.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, he's frightening and psychopathic,
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, tell me you wouldn't have a beer with a man.
No.
First.
No.
Not.
Oh, come on. The story will tell you.
I cannot do sadistic. He's sadistic.
Yeah, that goes away more towards the middle. He actually gets kind of whiny towards the middle end, kind of whiny and lovey-dovey. Well, not lovey-dovey for him to be lovey-dovey towards Michael.
Yeah.
But
Oh God.
it's you'll see. It's platonic. I'm not saying it's.
No, I know,
Okay.
but I just was thinking of a couple of things with Trevor that make me go, ugh. Because now I don't want to say too much, but Aaron said he saw it on my Facebook. I put it on my Facebook because I thought it was just hysterical. So I don't know who I was playing as, but I decided to switch over to Trevor and see what he's up to because you find them doing random shit, when he's sober. So I switch over to Trevor, and he is on the beach with no pants on. He's got just his underwear and a t-shirt, and he's standing over a couple of girls laying on a towel in their bikinis, and they get up and scream, and he goes, "Don't worry, it will wash off in the ocean."
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are some of the funniest parts of the game and the best. There's a lot of those. They don't really repeat a lot. One of the best ones for me was all the best ones are kind of Trevor, but one of the best ones is Trevor's drunk on the train tracks, and the train is like 20 feet. It's coming down. He basically gets up and moves out of the way. But when I first saw it, I was freaking out. I was like, "Am I supposed to do something? Get up, move!" And luckily he got away. He has a lot of just like weird stuff when you're switching to him.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The best one I saw was he had tied this guy up underneath the pier and like left him there and was telling him like that's why you don't cut me off on the freeway or something, and had him like gagged. I was like, oh, he's gonna drown my man like under the pier. That's effed up. That is effed up. And just left him there.
I don't know if this is something that would happen to everyone or if it was just another random thing that happened when I switched over to him. But he woke up in bed with the dude wearing pink pajamas.
Wow.
And he zips like his pants up, and the guy is in the bed going, oh. So I'm like, dude. I look at my husband, I'm like, Trevor just fucking raped this dude.
I've never seen that.
I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
You see what I mean by having a beer with a man? The stories will tell you.
I don't want to have
that guy had a beer with Trevor. You're gonna be the next guy.
Right.
He had a special cup of something, I think, not a beer.
God.
Right.
But yeah, the guy is curled up in a ball, like in the fetal position, laying on his side, and Trevor's like spooning him. And this guy's wearing pink pajamas. Like Trevor probably put them on or some shit. I don't know.
Were there footy pajamas?
No, it was like a little top and, pajamas girls wear. But yeah, it was like fucked up but funny,
So you said Trevor wasn't your favorite though, right, Donna?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. The thing is that so far Trevor's just nuts and unpredictable, and he's that character you can use to sort of do whatever you think is unconscionable, but it's Trevor. He would do that. That's his character.
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
But I mean, I think that Franklin and Michael are better developed because they have redeemable qualities. You know what I mean? You can see we're talking about bad people, but they also have things about them that are not bad.
Yeah.
Where Trevor's just fucking
It
bad.
shifts a little bit. Towards the end of the game, I thought Franklin towards the middle, I thought Franklin was a little bit left out, and Michael's always good through all 3 acts, and Trevor towards the middle, it gets really good, and then like Trevor kind of disappears towards the end, and Franklin goes back up. So, but Michael's the most consistent, definitely.
Okay, yeah, and I like Michael actually. I think he's, a good character too.
I mean, if there was a main character, he will obviously be it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. Even if you
everything seems to like revolve around him.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Franklin does get his own stuff. And Trevor a little bit with the whole Phillips Industries thing, but yeah, Michael definitely has his the most independent storylines and missions.
Yeah. I agree.
Did you change how they looked at all, or did you keep them the same as far as their like facial hair and regular hair?
The only thing I did was get a haircut for Franklin because Lamar told him he had dumb hair, so I got him a bigger afro later on in the game. And
I gave him dumber hair.
Did you?
Oh, I gave him the dumbest hair. I gave him the hairstyle looks like tire tread marks. I did. I gave him a big bushy beard and tire tread marks hair because I wanted to do clothes, but I kept on hearing that, and I saw they will change their clothes at random. It's like you can give them whatever they want or whatever you want, but all of a sudden you go from Franklin to Michael, and then back from Michael to Franklin, and then boom, Franklin's wearing something different. It's like so you waste all the time and money for those clothes, and you gotta waste time to go put them back on. It's like, nah, I'll do hair.
That was a little annoying, especially Franklin, because they dress him so tacky. Like he wears he starts off with the like bootleg Wu-Tang shit from the 90s with like the button up and the thermals underneath. Like no one dresses like this anymore, Rockstar. I'm not sure where you are, but no one does this anymore.
Well, remember, aren't they supposed to be like middle-aged kind of guys though? Like
no, Franklin's like 20s.
No, they're young.
Franklin's the young one, the new one.
Oh, because he calls out like a couple of the guys in one scene. He says, a bunch of middle-aged, bitty. It's like, wait, so how old is Franklin?
He's the young one. This is why Michael calls him kid a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think he's definitely younger, than Michael, because Michael's got to be, I'm betting 50 or something.
I don't think he's 50.
Michael's 48.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And Franklin is like in his 20s because Trevor's always saying that Michael is trying to make up for his lack of being a good father to Jimmy by taking Franklin under his wing.
But, I mean, clothes are definitely worth it. I mean, it's not that they're expensive. Once you get past the first heist, you're always going to have like, $80K, and clothes aren't expensive at all. So I would definitely still do the clothes thing. It's sometimes they I don't know. It almost seems like it senses your style a little bit. I'm not sure if it actually does, but like towards the beginning, when I kept going to Franklin, he was wearing like khaki shorts and a tank top. I was like, once again, who dresses like this? And and I kept switching. Then towards the middle and end of the game, he stopped wearing the tank top and stuff when I switched to him. So I'm not sure if that was just random or what, but I would definitely buy them clothes.
I haven't done any of that. Michael keeps ending up in a tank top and shorts right now, which is annoying to me because he does not strike me as that type. But yeah, that's why. And I'm not kidding you when I say that after Trevor was without pants on the beach, I mean, he played like that until, I changed him. I mean, so he ran around doing everything in Los Santos in his underwear.
Yeah, I mean, you could just went to a store or to his place.
Oh, I could have, I know.
Okay.
But it's funnier to have him run around in his underwear. So, but I haven't done anything else. Oh, I got Trevor a tattoo. That's it.
Yeah, I got him the spine unzipping tattoo and some more shit. He seems like the type who would just have crazy tattoos since he starts with some.
Yeah, he's got that bird on his neck.
Yeah. I put just the dagger on his forearm. I just went basic. But
Oh, he's got that one on his neck too. It's like cut here or something.
Cut here, yes.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
That's awesome. Awesome. That was like, that's really good writing or design. That was really good.
Yeah, I mean, really, other than cars and customizing your car and clothes, I didn't spend any money. I wasn't trying to hoard it. It was just no reason to spend it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, I was always like a little. I hate to say it, but like kind of afraid. Like I didn't want to like put a bunch of money into a car and then just some random occurrence that car's gone for good. It's like. Right, well, that was a lot of time and money wasted.
Just customize their default cars. Because I'm not sure if they fixed the garage bug or not, but like their default cars are always there. Like Franklin's Charger and Michael's BMW and the red truck are always there, and they spawn it in front of you like after load screens.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I haven't done any of that either. I just take my car and go.
I like it.
I like the handling of the cars a lot more than the last game.
It took me a while to get used to that. I kept flying out my windshield like the first 2 hours. Like I would be flying down the street, then I would just fly out the windshield if I bumped into something. It almost seemed like it was a weird glitch during the beginning. Because what happened? I was like, just put on the seatbelt. Like, why are you just flying out of this windshield?
Well, did you hear? There's actually like a rumor. I think it's been disproven, but there's something like if you hit like right button on if you're playing 360, that will like put the seatbelt on or some BS like that. But that's been a rumor since like GTA 4, I think, because that was even a bit of a problem. I think that's been so long since I played it. But I remember if you hit fast enough, hard enough, you would go flying through that windshield. It's like I can't put on a freaking seatbelt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't done that. That's interesting. I haven't flown through any windshields. I feel like the motorcycles handle a million times better.
Oh yeah.
So well, I have a motorcycle for Franklin that I use all the time.
Yeah.
I kind of think like that it's a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the motorcycle thing. It almost feels like you have a bubble on sometimes. It's like. I don't think they really have the physics yet for motorcycle because it's always you go flying forward. You never have to worry about like falling off on the side. You know, if like you hit something too hard on the side, that's not really going to do much. I've seen it's either you fly forward or nothing really at all. You just kind of bump the bike.
Yeah, I mean they don't have much health, so I was never really comfortable riding a motorcycle. Besides with Franklin, since I mean the only time I would hit something or crash a little bit was during the intersections, so I would just use Franklin's special ability during that the slow mo and creep between cars. I mean I guess that's Trevor's okay because Trevor's actually pretty much invincible. I've seen people. I've actually stood in front of a train with his ability, and he can take a train hit with it on.
Wow.
And I've seen people on YouTube like jump out of helicopters and don't pull a parachute, and so he can take. Pretty much, the only time I ever died with that on is getting shot by a tank. That's the only time I tried to steal a fighter jet from the army base, and a tank shot me. That's the only time I ever died with his ability on.
Yeah, I hardly ever use their abilities.
You probably will during certain heights. Like I never really used Michael's unless I wanted to shoot a helicopter pilot out of his chopper. That's really the only time I ever used Michael's ability.
Yeah, I don't really use them at all. I don't even know what they are. I mean, I know what Franklin's is. He goes slower when he's driving.
Michael has bullet time, and Trevor's pretty much invincible.
I see.
And it's minor bullet time too, isn't it? With Trevor.
With Michael,
I think it slows down a little bit.
No, Trevor's pretty. No, it turns orange a little bit. Because his rage.
Right.
But it didn't seem slower.
Yeah, Trevor's is definitely the most fun to use, and Franklin's is definitely the most practical. Like, it works the best.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even feel right to, like what Donna was kind of saying before, it doesn't even feel right to just do crazy stuff with Michael or Franklin. So I think having Trevor there makes sense. Like, I wouldn't, as Trevor, I've stopped traffic on the highway, poured gas on the cars, shot it, and then watched a lot of cars blow up. Because I live in LA. I've wanted to do that in real life, so that was nice to do. And actually, it was creepy playing this game at first. Because speaking of LA, because Marquise, you lived in LA, and
dude, I lived there just of last year. Going to Santa Monica, I was like, you know how many times I've gone up these stairs on the pier? That is incredible. How much detail they put into that.
I work a few minutes from the Santa Monica pier, so it was, and it just overall they did a good job. Santa Monica, Venice Beach,
West LA is
Beverly
exactly
Hills, Century City. All of that's in there. It's crazy. The Getty Center,
right? You hit it right on the head. Like they might as well have paid some type of like tax or something to LA for how much they just bit every single part of that city.
The first couple of days it was weird because because you kind of go down the canyon, which is kind of like Laurel Canyon. I was like I just drove home down the street to get here to play this game.
Funny.
But they like everything. They make LA look better than what it is because LA still doesn't look that good. If you go to the Santa Monica Pier, it's probably gonna be cloudy and windy. It's not gonna look like you're in Miami.
All sunny,
Yeah, but I mean, like, the first time I felt the scope of the game was like going on the freeway and then looking at downtown. Like, I guess if you were on the 10, probably in real life, I was just like, this game is incredible. Just designed to a T. Very good.
Yeah, it's weird because playing the game, I was like, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome. Always over. That wasn't so awesome, I guess. It's not because it doesn't have a bad ending or anything. It's not the ending. It's not a lot of heist in it, and the campaign, even though it feels like the campaign's a lot, if you take away like the driving time, the campaign really isn't that long. It's weird because it's almost like they built this huge, interesting world as far as the city, but they didn't really populate it enough with missions. It feels incomplete to me. It feels like this is season 1 of a TV show. It doesn't feel like this is an entire series.
Well, I mean, you got to take into consideration the random events. Like, I don't know how many times I've had a random one. Like, the one I thought was really cool, I had to give them, I was actually really happy they did this. I was just driving along, and I was either Franklin or Michael. I wasn't that far into it yet. And I was actually on my way to go see, what's the guy with the limp?
Lester.
Lester.
That's it. I was just on my way to go see him, and all of a sudden, I saw a blue dot appear on my mini map, and I pulled over some lady. And she's like, "You gotta help me! He knocked her down. He won't stop hitting her, and he won't stop." I'm like, "Okay," so follow her, and all of a sudden she goes, she just drops down, and these 3 guys pop out. It's like, "All right, she got one. Get him!" And these 3 guys started shooting at me, like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I killed them all, and then all of a sudden there she is. She's like begging. She's like, "They made me do it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." It's like, wow.
You shot her, huh?
Actually, I kicked her and let her run away. I did. I was like, I'm going to kick you in your ass, and then I'm going to make sure you run away, and you're going to remember this day for the rest of your life, kind of thing.
Well, she didn't remember it from me. I shot her, so. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool because that's literally a random event. I mean, it's kind of like what like Final Fantasy kind of used to do. It's like it made things a little bit interesting. And that's become a bit stagnant, but in this way, it's kind of
I mean, they did something similar.
They're kind of fun.
They did pretty much, just as far as you driving your horse and then someone not driving your horse, but riding your horse, and someone needs help, and maybe you need to help them, maybe they were trying to rob you. I mean, that's fine. I thought it was a ton of fun stuff. The thing is, it's only just like the trailers for it and everything, like you would think it's a lot of heists in the game. It's probably maybe 5 heists, 6 heists, and some of them aren't as expansive as the bank heist, the first one you do. Not the bank heist, the jewelry store heist that you first do. So I mean, just the lack of heist and side missions. Like they have the freaks and stranger stuff, which is okay. It's not. It's more like when you're Trevor, is usually kill everybody here, or you might race some fitness chick or do a triathlon, or it's stuff there. But I think Saints Row does a way better job of doing side missions than this does. And yeah.
Well, like the one thing I was wondering, okay, all the heists are story based. You can't set up your own in GTA 5. Like you can't just go, let's do a heist now. Because the way I've only done the first one, but it almost seemed like with the ability to kind of level up your guys, it seemed like, I want to kind of grind this one guy so he's like a lot better. So I got the impression, I don't know though, that's why it's kind of a question, that's why I'm asking it, if there's a way you can't just do heists that aren't story based.
Not really.
Well, maybe that
you can stop an armored car, you can rob a store,
Okay.
but that's it. But that's only like it's gonna be less than
See, I'm not-
$1,000 or like $2,000 or something small. You can't.
Right, but that makes no sense to me why they didn't bother and put in the level up system, because if it's all story based, it's like, well, it almost seems like you're going to be able to grind these guys up, so then they are really good at heist, so you kind of have like this core team. And it's like, well, why would I even bother waste my time with these crappy guys, which I have to build up? Granted, they're going to take less cut, but these guys who are going to take more of a cut, they have better skills, so they're going to be a little bit better. Or noticeably better.
Okay, so you're talking about the crew, not the 3 main characters that you're talking about right now?
No, yeah, the crew's like
yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, you basically have to just stick with, just always pick the highest skilled person if you want.
Yeah, see, I don't like that then, because that's like, why even bother doing it? Why even bother having a level up system?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
But you said about Saints Row. My thing is, I've always, I had to say it, and I was saving up for this. I've always picked Saints Row over Grand Theft Auto any day of the week. But Saints Row 4 came out, and I just said, I'm done. I think Saints Row 4 is a literal kick in the balls for people.
Mm-hmm.
They just copy and pasted Saints Row the Third and said, it's a joke, because my thing is, and I don't know if I've said it before in another podcast, but all they did was they just gave you an expansion pack. It's like, well,
they gave you a superhero mod for the last game, basically.
And it's too damn easy. I remember I was maybe 10% into the game, and I cranked up as high as the difficulties could go, and I was like, it's still too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm being chased. I'll jump, 30 stories in the air, glide, 1,000 feet away, and then start shooting fireballs down. Oh, I'm low on health. I'll drain health from this guy, then throw his dead body away. It's like, what is this joke? I mean, you're supposed to be making fun of and kind of parroting and rivaling, being a rival to Grand Theft Auto. What, why even bother using a gun, or why even drive a car?
I disagree with that part, because I think it's smart of them to get away from GTA, because they can't beat GTA. So it makes sense to separate themselves by going even sillier, going even crazier. The whole thing is of using the entire city again, though. It just feels lazy. And as far as the technical problems on console, as far as the frame rate being going up and down and stuff like that, that's where it feels lazy. It feels like an expansion pack. It feels like DLC. If they use a different city and they use maybe different characters, if it felt new and not like, hey, we tweaked some stuff, then they would be different.
Yeah.
Well, that's the interesting part about it, because like you guys said, to watch the two franchises, how Saints Row is going more, comic, and GTA is still radical, but trying to go more, with a realistic approach. Like, I feel like GTA may be done at some point, whereas at least Saints Row can, you can expand, you can keep going crazier, but I don't know if you could keep going more realistic, because like you said, Vince, at some point it feels awkward. Like, okay, I'm driving past a place that looks kind of like my house, but I just shot someone. I have a weird feeling playing a lot of the side missions sometimes, because I'm like, I can actually go outside and go do this right now. I can go have fun for real. I don't want to go play golf on this game. And maybe that's just a part of my age now, because when I was a kid, playing Grand Theft Auto was awesome. I can go do all this random stuff that you probably couldn't do as a kid. But now it's I can go do that. So it's not as fun as maybe jumping 30 stories over and over and over. So
I that ran through my mind sometimes. As far as skydiving, okay, that's cool, 'cause I don't want to skydive in real life. But as far as riding a bike down a mountain, I'm not going to do that literally, but I can do something like that in real life. So that's another reason I didn't really bother with the side missions. Well, just how I normally play GTA, I beat the campaign, didn't go through the side mission stuff. So I've done most of the Freaks and Strangers. Because let's just say there's the main heist campaign. They have their own personal side stuff going on too, and then they probably have 6 to 8 Freaks and Strangers missions each. Maybe Michael a little bit less, because he has more main story missions. So
Franklin has quite a few.
Yeah. So that's the weird part to me is like I said, it's kind of a compliment, because they built this crazy, fun, realistic world, but it's almost like they built a 20 square mile map and you only do stuff in four square miles of it. So it's like, what about the other 16? Like, I want to do, you really don't ever do anything in the country other than when you leave as Trevor. Like, you really never go back up there for a mission or anything. They never use the side area where you do the bank heist that you just did. You really never go over there again. So I mean, when my immediate thought was after beating the game was like, this is really fun. I like these guys. I like this world. Do a DLC pack. I don't know how they would do it story wise, but I want to see them again. I want to explore the world with them some more.
Well, I think you kind of did answer there. I was about to say, well, they can easily just do DLC. I don't want to say easily, but I mean, you just kind of answer yourself. There's a lot of room.
But if they
granted,
do
it wouldn't be part of the story, but it'd be like a continuation, sort of like maybe a part 2, but it could be more like it'd be like 1.5, so it would kick in after a certain point in the storyline, but you wouldn't have to beat the main story in order to do the DLC. But I mean, like you said, there's so much room. You can't tell me there's not a way. They're not planning on using all that. If they don't,
I mean, I'm sure they are.
It's a complete waste of space.
But I want those 3 main characters back. I don't want to, like they did with GTA 4. I don't want new characters. I want them to keep the story going. Like I said, the main campaign feels like season 1 of a really good TV show.
I don't think they would get rid of those guys because, I mean, the fact even one of the characters, Lamar. He's in GTA Online, and he's like the buddy who like introduces you to Los Santos, and that kind of tells you, we have these characters, they're becoming a little bit well known. It would be kind of dumb for us to be like, you've got Michael, you've got Trevor, you've got these guys. Let's go somebody else. It's like, well, what happened with Michael? What happened? What's he doing at this point? When all this is going on,
I mean, the stories wrap up, but I mean, their stories can keep going. But the stories are wrapped up. I'm just saying it's up to Rockstar. Like, Nico was popular, but they went with Johnny, and they went with what's his name for Ballad of Gay Tony? Louise, I think it was. I don't know who it was. But anyway, they went with 2 other main characters instead of Nico. So in the DLC, so you just never know. Or they might focus on GTA Online and not really.
That's what I think they're going to do.
Is that kind of like they're out right now? Because you could do heist on there constantly.
Exactly.
So is that they're out to not do it anymore? Yeah.
That's their World of Warcraft, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. They're like, we'll throw in, here's our response to the GAT5 expansion pack, stuff like that. And there is still a good chance they may say, you know what, that's the easy way out. But then again, they're gonna say, that's the easy way out. Let's go that route, because guess what, people will buy it.
Yeah, and they're charging.
That's a simple fact.
They're charging. They were charging. Then it wasn't working, but they have microtransactions in it. But it's not anything you would need to do. It's kind of. It seems kind of similar to what Mass Effect 3 did, but they're doing it way better than Mass Effect 3, since that was kind of Mass Effect 3's unlock system was ridiculous. But and this is just if you don't want to earn money, and earning money is pretty easy.
Yeah.
So it's just lazy people who want to do, or you just have no time. And a lot of money, you would want to do that. But I mean, before we go to multiplayer, before we started recording, I asked you guys about the whole. And I don't get what the whole sexist, misogynistic. They even say sexist. I usually saw misogynistic. I don't even get where that came from. I know where it came from, but I don't get why it was even brought up and why it became so big.
The only thing I was actually like shocked about all was the bare nipples on the strippers. But even then, it's kind of like, oh wow, I've not seen that in a long time in a game. I'm like, okay, moving on. It was just like, okay. And we go into a heist, and that's it. So I agree with you. I don't see where it is. I mean, I don't see Trevor just like hauling off and hitting a woman. Like he could have, they could have done his opening scene. Like he kills that one biker guy, and then he hauls off and like hits the girl for trying to protect him. Just for the sake of him being a bad guy. I mean, even if
he did that would be fine. It's not. That doesn't say anything bad about Rockstar.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, it's like, they could have done something like that, but they didn't. I understand. I've not gotten that far into it, but, I've not seen anything completely negative towards women. I if they do, they're grasping at straws, like Tanya from the Freaks and Strangers one. Yeah, but it's like, she's the one who's actually helping you, or at least helping this person, so she's being kind of proactive, not like, oh, help me, I'm weak. No, she's cracking jokes, she's making fun of people, and she's actually trying to, get right by her life, and helping out her one buddy. What the hell is his name? I can't remember, but it's like, he's your cousin, and she's actually kind of, I hate to say it, but slightly positive. She's funny. I mean, she cracks jokes. She's almost a side character that should have. I wish she would a little more prevalent in the story. To be honest,
I thought she was annoying, but she wasn't. It wasn't a sexist character or anything at all.
Can that be my ringtone, Aaron? You saying it's your cousin? It's your cousin.
It's your cousin. It's your cousin.
No more black. No more black
all day
sense,
long,
please.
Man. Don't tell
no
me.
more black sense. Donna, what do you think?
Yes. Okay,
as a resident vagina, what do you think?
So, Aaron, you're not super far in, and first of all, let me just say that there were reviews and stuff that talked about how it was misogynistic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is that it is so overdone and so blatant that that they are doing that on purpose. It's done in such an over-the-top way that it's a parody. It is making fun of society, in my opinion, now. That's the way they're
That's
doing
what Rockstar does.
It's so so over the top that you cannot possibly take that seriously.
Can you give some examples?
Were in these reviews done by Pixel or Polygon? Polygon.
Oh. No, there was one on GameSpot.
Yeah, the one I saw was on GameSpot too. I think that was the one that kind of started it, and that was, from what I read, that was actually done by a transgendered person. So, not really coming from a neutral spot there, huh? There's like an atheist saying it's too much, religion in a game. Like, it's not coming from a neutral spot. Like, someone who's transgender, I mean, if you want to do it, it's fine, but you're not. It's just always some history there, and maybe you're looking for it.
I don't think that the reviewer. I know we're not talking about the review necessarily, we're talking about the game, but the reviewer, I think, it was right for them to mention the subject matter in the game. I just feel like, because some people it will bother, but I just feel like it is done in such an overt, insane way that you have to know. I mean, seriously, you have to know they cannot mean this. And for example, especially when you listen to the radio, you'll hear ads for, and I wish I could think of a specific, but you hear ads that really talk about how, women should be prettier and younger and stuff like that. So I can't, you hear ads and stuff, for, I think products and for I can't remember everything, maybe books or something maybe that are done. But I mean, it's just so over the top. And there are even cases where, in the very, very beginning of the game, when they're, I think, flashing, when it's the flashback, I think it's just that early on, when you're going back in time to find the history of all this, the backstory. Somebody says that he beat up a woman or something, and Michael said, "Oh, well, you must be very proud," in a disdainful manner. Dude, okay. So it's done in such a way that is so extreme that you have to know that it isn't to be taken seriously, that it is social commentary in and of itself, because it's so overdone. Just like there was, I don't know if you guys have had this one come up. Vince, you might have, because you're probably the one that would most likely have. But there is, one of the random events that comes up. And I'm driving its way out, going towards, trailer parkland, Trevor's playground.
Towards Reno.
Right. But, and an event comes up, and it's a girl, and she's screaming for help. So you get out. Oh, yeah. And the guy's raping her?
Oh, no.
Okay, so there's two men. There's two men, and they're raping her and stuff. And I can't remember who I was playing as. You shoo the guy off of her because he's got his ass bare. So I kill that guy, and the other guy goes running off, and I get him. And she's like, "Thank you for helping me." And she says, "Oh, well, they came after me because, I was talking on my cell phone, and they were annoyed that I was on my phone, and they said that I'm the reason why society is declining, and I'm the lost generation and stuff." And it's just done in such an overt way. I think that's because that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're the one actually killing the rapist. So it's like, right. Wait a minute, that's saying, hey. I was about to put it boldly, so I'm just going to do it anyways. Kill rapists. They're bad people. They really should not be allowed to kind of exist. And it's kind of like, a bold statement, but it's like, isn't that kind of almost pro-feminism? These are bad guys.
If they said join really in, stupid. And then there was a QuickTime event, then these people.
If I'm having flashbacks to God of War, then.
Yeah, then these overly active feminists or whoever would have a point.
And white knights.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're really paying attention and really listening to it, you're gonna know that it's done in such an extreme way that they're making fun.
I mean, anyone with common sense would see that. It's not even up for debate.
I was just about to say. You don't even have to look into it. Yeah. You don't have to look that hard. Like if you listen to the talk, the vulgarity, you hear the word nigga, you hear bitch, you hear cum dumpster, but you don't hear like the word fag, right? Now, there's a reason you don't hear these things because it's a parody on what society is at the moment. There are things that are okay right now in society and things that are not. And I think Rockstar is just really fucking smart the way that they portray these things because the world in GTA is exactly how the world is in reality, except without modesty. There's just no modesty in the game anywhere. And if you're looking for modesty, you're playing the wrong game because it's not that game. They're trying to give you an example of what is going on outside. Mm-hmm. And try to do it in a way that is so blatantly obvious. If you even listen to, what is it, the West Coast Chatter, like the talk radio, that is the best station because it is so hilarious because it's what you hear all day. It's kind of blanketed in modesty and reality, right? Like people say things with a smile that are awful instead of in this game, they do it with bullets now. So it's, I don't... Yeah, I kind of agree with all you guys. Like, there's just no modesty, and if you're looking for it, it's just not there. It's not going to be found.
And I think, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was about to say you guys were talking about like you need to look for someone with common sense. You're looking at these people so far, and if I'm pissing someone off, I really don't care because it seems like this is the ongoing truth. But white knights and these feminist people, they're just going for the sake of it, just because they can, and it's like they're. It's almost like going back to the topic we talked about with Phil Fish and that beer guy. It's like the beer guy just saying, I want attention, wham, wham, boo-hoo, where's my attention, give me my attention, where's my attention? And it's like they're just grasping at straws of ways of saying, read my articles, watch my video because I'm talking about something highly controversial because it's for feminism and blah, 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 and oh my God, they're so anti-feminist and they do this and do that. It's like, okay, are they just trying to be the new Fox News? Like, it just seems like I'm going through time again, and it's Fox News and Mass Effect. It's like they're either making stuff up, taking things out of context, or grasping at straws. And it really just pisses me off. Because, of course, it just starts a wave. It's so easy nowadays for that to happen. It's either somebody starts it, feminists carry it, and then white knights keep supporting it because they're hoping they'll actually get lucky one of these days with one of the feminists.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say we've got to hand it to Aaron with his imitation of people that are different from him.
I go all out.
You missed your calling, Aaron. You should have been doing some voice acting for real. Dang.
I hear that, and you know what? I need to start trying that because I'll tell you, I got a million voices, I'm guessing.
You could be next Trevor.
It's your cousin.
And speaking of which, the voice acting is fantastic.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Rockstar is always great at that.
Yeah. But the thing is that, I mean, I've said it a million times, I'm not going to get into it. I'm a different kind of feminist than other feminists.
You're a smart feminist.
So you're not a feminist?
She's a smart, realistic one.
She's a smart woman.
Well, thank you.
Whoa. Someone blew my mind. Who just said smart feminist? Those things exist?
Wow.
Holy.
Dude. Okay, now that might be a little sexist.
No, I'm making fun of that because that's... If I piss someone off, that's fine because it seems like that's what we're going to. Someone with common sense. I'm sorry, that denotes intelligence.
No,
someone who can say, well, this is out of context, so this is just bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about extremes.
Let's put it back in context. Oh, it's a huge joke. Great, moving on.
I mean, it's about extremes. If someone thinks there's no sexism at all, they're wrong. If someone thinks, a woman wearing a dress is wrong, then that's the other side, and that's wrong too. Like, it's about having common sense and being in the middle and knowing what's a real problem and what isn't.
I just think that when extreme groups of any kind go after something like this, which is clearly a parody, I mean, a peek into society at its extreme, done very obviously, that when they make a fuss over it, that because they feel so much that they have to say something, that it means absolutely nothing. And they should be more selective, in my opinion. Now, I probably piss feminists off all the time because they probably think I'm, completely lackadaisical about this stuff. But, speaking of sexism, and some people could find this sexist, I found it hysterical, but Trevor's house is a fucking dump, inside and out. And later on, I'm not going to get into it too much, but Trevor falls for a nice lady named Patricia, I believe is her name.
Mm.
She's a nice older Hispanic lady. And slowly, as she's in his home, the house gets clean. She's like cooking and
That's sexist, Donna. Rockstar hates women.
And I found it funny. But, I mean, some people would go to the extreme and saying, see, that's sexist. That's saying that, only women should be cleaning house. And it's not. It's just funny. It's funny.
Yeah, and the other thing that's got a lot of people, had a lot of people talking, was the whole torture scene.
Yeah.
And has Donna, you tortured yet? Or
yes,
okay.
Yeah.
And Aaron, Marquise, have you?
No, but I'm intrigued.
Okay. Yeah. Calm down. Get rid of your boner, Aaron.
Hold on.
Put your pants back on. It wasn't that.
Okay, I'm good.
It wasn't that bad. Like, it's people just love to complain about stuff. Like, if you want to complain about something, complain about NSA, complain about Monsanto, complain about about real stuff, complain about Syria. Don't come at me saying this is sexist and we shouldn't torture someone in a game where you probably kill over 100 people. Like, that's silly. And what you do to him is bad if it was happening in real life. But for a video game, like, you choose which tools to use. I would imagine I cycle through all of them. I imagine you would have to cycle through all of them. But
I think you have. Yeah.
It's stuff you would think that would be there. Like, you could put electric clamps on his nipples. You can what else? You can what?
Should I start playing some Barry White at that point? I mean,
no, you got to do like in American Psycho. Play oh God, the Huey Lewis song.
Oh, and the new, yeah.
Remember whenever he that one song he put on Lewis?
Yeah.
Anyhow,
but the only thing that was bad.
Studio, yeah.
The only thing that was bad in that scene was the wrench. Like, he takes a wrench to his balls, and then you see some blood come out. But that's it. That's it.
I thought it was pretty awful. I was squeamish when I had to do it, but I've seen people say that perhaps we should have had the option, kind of like Call of Duty.
Oh my God! Stop being babies.
So, but remember in Call of Duty, like in the airport scene?
Yeah. I mean,
and the option to opt out of that. I understand maybe having that option. I get that because it made me squeamish. But I know that if I had had that option, I'd have said, fuck yeah, I'm going to do this.
But I mean, the thing is they're telling a story, too. And that is part of the story. And it's not like Trevor wants to do that. It's the FIB is got them in a corner. It's making him do it.
And I think it really... something like that would immerse you into the story. That literally kind of starts to attach you to the characters. That cements in, this is what this person's capable of doing, whether they wanted to or not. This person did it.
No, he was a man for the job. See, Trevor, it wasn't that Trevor wanted to do it for the FIB, but Trevor wanted to do it because that's what Trevor likes to do.
I don't think he wanted to do it. Right. I don't think he wanted to do it more so because he was told to do it, not because he had, any moral concerns. But either way, he didn't want to do it. How that ends, going to the airport, kind of tells you he didn't want to do it.
So if it was impulsive, he would have been all
Yeah,
for it.
I mean,
Because
if since this was an order, I think it was is what bothered him more than actually doing it. But
Mm.
like, I mean, I watched 24. I mean, 24's torture scenes is not that bad. The Shield has stuff worse than this. Like TV has way worse stuff than this.
Read the Bible, man. There's some really nasty stuff in there. I'm not
Well,
kidding.
yeah,
Like people defend that thing, but it's like, good God.
well, yeah, I'm talking about in forms of entertainment. I mean, it's a lot of stuff worse than that scene, and maybe they should stop showing waterboarding because waterboarding does not look scary or intimidating at all. I'm sure going through.
Oh no!
hold your breath.
Have you seen the YouTube thing of this guy? Like, I think his name's like Man Cow, and he says, "Oh, it looks like that's BS," and he does it. And as soon as it starts, he lasts like 4 seconds, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not doing it. Nope, it's real." He completely.
I mean, I'm sure it does. I'm just saying it just doesn't look.
Right, yeah.
It was like you're giving him a facial. It was like you're either at a spa.
Right.
They're at a spa
not the way Trevor would give a facial.
a different kind of facial. But yeah.
How you doing today, old girl?
I wonder if Trevor gave a facial to that guy that he was.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Well, at least a pearl necklace, probably.
That poor guy. I mean, seriously, when Trevor gets out of the bed, you hear that, because I like to put the subtitles on, you see the.
Maybe he was one of the rapists.
No.
Hey, do unto others. Come on.
You gotta come up with your own fan fiction, Donna. You gotta rationalize it in your head.
No. But anyhow, I'm enjoying the game a lot. So, but I have to get going soon, you guys.
Boo.
I know, but you guys can still record. I can dismiss myself, and you guys can still talk.
I mean, we can wrap up the single player and just jump to GTA Online real quick.
Okay.
If there's anything else you guys want to throw out.
I don't.
I'm good.
I think it has like some impeccable timing. Just real quick, like I was going to go kill the O'Neill brothers or whatnot, and then like the Doobie brothers was playing on the station, and like Trevor was like, "Get this off right now!" Like it was just kind of like a relationship of just brothers, I think, in his head. Like, but the game has some incredible timing. Like just beyond, I guess that kind of coincides with writing, but it just hits all the time, like at certain points. So I get what you're saying, Vince. Like it's like, oh, I didn't like it as much like towards the end, but like the timing is just like, well, right when you're about to get bored, something happens really good.
I mean, I was having fun throughout the entire game. I would say the last heist should be better and the last mission should be better. But other than that, it was I had a lot of fun. It just feels like it underutilizes the city. That's why it feels incomplete to me.
Right, like a season 1.
Yeah.
Mini.
Oh,
yeah.
I have one question. As soon as you're done with this, sorry. Did you? Okay, so with Franklin, you can find UFO parts.
I don't know. I didn't do that.
Okay, I have found only one, and there's like 50 of them. But I also noticed that I was deciding to be adventurous. I had Trevor with me, and I decided to go on the cable car.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go on that?
No.
Okay, so if you go up to the cable car at the top of the mountain, you'll find a piece of paper, and I haven't found any more of those either, but I guess there's so many of them that are like a confession to a murder.
Yeah, and it's somebody Johnson is the lady's name.
Yeah.
And it's for an achievement trophy, whatever.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is you can either let the guy live or kill him. And I think you have to be Franklin, or I don't know. I've seen videos, and I think it's advised that you be Franklin, something like that. Because like he just immediately the guy bolts and he goes for a car. So being Franklin, you can do his slowdown and be a little bit more accurate with your shots, and maybe knock him off or get him trapped in a wall or something like that.
Yeah. See, and I'm kind of interested in that too, because I like to find that stuff, but I can't find this shit anywhere.
I've seen like it's in we're talking like I think GTA 3 kind of hiding spots, like things you kind of have to be hopping around to find, like balconies and porches and backyards and places you wouldn't think about. Like I know I hate to link to anybody else, but I know Achievement Hunter, they actually have a map for Grand Theft Auto 5 for collectibles and whatnot. So, if you want to, Don, check them out. And they have an entire map. It's really detailed. And I haven't checked on in a while, but they say, here's this, here's that, and it's just the map from GTA 5.
Okay. Yeah, I found just one of those. I found a UFO part, and then I know there's a place where a cult lives too, and I can't find that on that map to save my life. I might want to find that cult. But anyhow, that's it. I was just wondering if you guys had seen any of the parts or the letters, because I found only one of each. So.
Yeah, I don't do collectibles, so.
Yeah, I love that shit. So.
I've never done any collectible stuff. I will say.
Not about that life.
Yeah. just to throw it out there, replaying the heist can be fun. I did the FBI heist again. It was completely different because you can once you can go back and replay missions just from going through start and and so you don't have to do the prep work either for a heist. You don't have to get the fire truck again or whatever else. You can just you start it.
I love that. Yes, you can just start right from the fun.
You start at the board. You choose what you want to do. You can do it the same way or a different way, and then you just go straight to it. So the jury heist plays out the same no matter what, strangely. But some of the other ones change a little bit.
Right. Okay. Cool. I like the rampages too, by the way.
And is Aaron, you play GT Online, right? Did you ever get past creation or no?
I got past creation. I got to the introduction video, and here's literally what happened. I do solo session because I figured, well, maybe the problem is I'm getting in bogged down areas. I'm getting to the point that says timed out, trying to connect to the session, blah blah blah. So I decided to do a solo session, and it tells right away, certain things will either be limited or not provided at all. I said I don't care. I gotta get to the tutorial. Well, I get to the tutorial, and it literally forces your character. All you can do is change the camera where it's looking, and he approaches a car. Some guy opens the door, gets out, and you're about to get in the car, and it shows a quick background picture or something like that. So it's gonna be a quick loading screen. It's gotta be teach you how to do races, and it just freezes. The music keeps playing, but it's just it just sits there. So it's got to be a bug or a glitch or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are still having
glitches.
Glitches.
Or just GTA Online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I'm dying to try it out because I really love Red Dead Redemption Online. I mean, just to be able to do things that's both organized and just to free roam. I mean, I was a terror in Red Dead Redemption. I would just go around, I'd hide in little spots. Some guy'd run through town trying to take me. I'm like, nope, I'm way up here.
So you're
see me on the map, and then. Was that?
So you're a camper.
No. I would find little things I'd hide in a barn, and then I'd see them. They'd see me on the map. They'd run through the barn. I'd be right behind a door.
Yeah.
And just bam, just unload.
That's camping.
And then I'd go around. No, camping is when you sit still and you just stay there.
Yes, that's camping.
I move around.
You move in the barn. You're still in the same area.
He's chasing me. What am I gonna do? Just turn around and just get blasted? No.
Oh my.
When I played PlanetSide 2, I love being in. Was it Not Inquisitor. Oh God, what is it called? It's one where you can go stealth. I just love being able to sneak up behind people and just take them out that way. Or if I get their attention, run around the door and then watch them go running past me, and either just let them keep going, and then I'll just go back to what I was doing, or just follow them and see when they get to that moment they stop and look around and go, where'd he go?
You play very creepy.
It's that Looney. Well, hey, you call it what you want, but it's that Looney Tunes moment where he goes,
where'd you go?
You're a little rapey.
Hey, what I do with corpses in video games is on my time, all right?
He's the one who wants to have a beer with Trevor.
Yeah. They want to have a rape contest to see who can get who first. So, Marcus, you didn't play online yet, right?
No, I've been trying, but I've been failing. So
okay.
I'm just
it took me forever. I was in party chat talking to some guys who I normally play with, and they were already playing. They were like, yeah, it took them 2 hours, an hour to get through, because for us it was more it would say join session, and we wouldn't really go past that. So you have to go to the dashboard, then go do it all over again. So, but basically, I eventually got through, and I've been playing it for maybe 4 hours, 3 hours. It's fun. It's not too much different from GTA 4's free roam, or what Red Dead was doing. It's just the world is still alive. Like when you play those games with other people, it felt like the world, was kind of muted compared to single player.
Yeah.
But it's LA still feels alive in this. The heists aren't there yet. Like the online heists aren't there. Rockstar's gonna add them later, and the whole like mission creator and stuff. They're gonna add a lot of that stuff for free later. Right now you can just do, like you can just run around the city with your friends. You could do missions, simple missions like. Lester might be like, "Hey, we need so and so you drive to point A, kill everyone there." Just simple stuff like that.
Yeah, see, I want to do the heist. So, like, if it's not on there yet, then I just won't be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, I've had a lot of fun with that. It is the type of multiplayer where you need at least, 2 or 3 other guys to play with. Playing that alone seems horrible. Like, not to, not really the game's fault, just how people play games and stuff like that.
Which is awfully.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need 2 or 3 guys to play this with. You can't just roam around alone. So,
I kind of hope they figure out a way to allow you to be able to do it solo a little bit. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing the random events and things like that, because that's the thing they kind of have to look for is ways to keep things going. I mean,
the way you play, you might like it, Aaron. I was talking about like normal people.
So we're soloing Ginger out now. Is that what we're doing? I see what's going on.
So, like, basically, if you go solo, you're just gonna get killed the whole.
You're not gonna get killed. It just doesn't seem fun. Like, it's about, having a.
Is there just mayhem going on like all around you while you're walking around? Like,
no, not really. Because like most people, when you're just in the free roam, they're doing stuff like, oh, I need to get more ammo. I'm gonna go customize my car. Is you drive to missions. Like it actually has a lot of lobbies. Like you go through your cell phone and you look through your emails or text, and then you see what missions are there, and then it takes you to a lobby. So it's not as seamless as you think. There's a lot of lobbies.
See, in my mind, I'm thinking like the world is like Hobo with a shotgun.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's
red craziness going on.
This isn't DayZ. No, it's not. It's not anything crazy going on. I mean, free roam is like it was in GTA 4. But you can like rob gas stations. You can, if you could play golf or tennis against friends. But I mean, you do missions with friends too. But the only kind of crappy part about that is you only can do it with 4. Sometimes there were like 6 of us in a party. The other 2 guys were just, doing their own thing and talking to us. It really doesn't go over 4 unless you're doing team deathmatch. And I mean, we had just found survival, which is kind of like, arena mode, horde mode, firefight, and so on, like in every other game. So, and they have that in a few different maps, and that was actually pretty fun. I mean, online isn't really going to be super fun until the heists come.
Yeah.
And by the way, the character creator is awful, but.
Oh God, yeah, it is. It's too fucking.
Yeah,
simple.
you choose you basically choose how your 4 grandparents look, and that affects how you look. And that's just really you're just cycling through preset faces, and they just say you're choosing what your grandparents look like. You can't.
That was the one time I wish it was Saints Row 4 a little bit, so I can actually make a fun character, make something that looked a little bit better.
Exactly.
Not something that's like, oh, here's a staple, here's a cookie cutter, basically.
Yeah, a lot of people look alike, and everyone has the same height, everyone's the same weight. Like you can't change your body. You can be a woman, which people got mad about that too, because Lamar picks you up from the airport, and I was a guy, and he just he picks you up from the airport and he takes you to a race. But as a woman, they say he hits on you a little bit, and people were like, oh, why he's got to hit on a woman?
Oh no. It's Lamar. When you call him and he's not responding, he goes, what does he say? Something like, this your boy LD, long dick.
Yep.
And he hangs up and he's like, now come on, what do you want that character? Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to join me with a nice candlelit dinner? No, I mean, come on. He's got that character would not act like that. Yeah. He's gonna be like, yo, what you doing, girl?
Sorry, your voice acting with the long.
That was Donna's favorite character.
I seriously like that was one thing I want from texts me. Here, all of a sudden, here's long dick. I'm like, oh God, I gotta answer that real quick. I'm gonna die laughing. Where's that phone?
Vince, you really gotta get on this. We gotta have an Aaron soundboard. Oh my gosh.
So, Donna, did you hang out with Lamar much?
No. The voice acting again on Lamar is really great too.
Yeah, actually, during the beginning, I thought he was the funniest character. Trevor passes him for me in the middle, but Lamar's really good.
He is. So.
And the Lamar DLC pack.
Yeah. It'll be called the extended. They'll name it something clever.
Okay. Now Donna's drooling.
No, I'm not.
We had Aaron drooling about torture. Now we got Donna drooling
I'm not.
about Mr. Long Dick over there.
Anyway.
Long dick.
Are we? Yeah, we're about ready to wrap this up.
Yep. Go ahead.
Because I have to go see Gravity. Yeah. So anyway, are we done?
Yeah.
Shall I do it now?
Yeah. Was that your California girl? Yeah. What was that? What voice was that?
No, I was like, yeah. I don't know.
You've been hearing weird voices this week, huh, Vince? Brits from Illinois.
Yeah. Brits from Chicago. Oh, by the way, go check out our Marquise. I and Gene did a Breaking Bad Spoilercast, so check that out.
There you go. Do it.
Donna wasn't there. I didn't.
No,
Just don't watch the final episode. Check out the podcast.
Do watch the final episode. Watch every episode.
Okay, yeah, let's wrap this up because I have places to go and I have to talk to Vince alone after this podcast, apparently.
Do you? Oh, yeah, you do.
I didn't do anything, I swear, I'm sorry.
No.
I was waiting for the soundbite. Where is it, Aaron?
All right. Guys.
I was over the head, I think. Okay.
You're asking too much of me. You're asking too much of me. It's too much demand. Come on. It's pressure.
He's not the from Police Academy. Leave him
alone. You can find us at entertainmentfuse.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/entertainmentfuse. On Twitter, it's twitter.com/entertainfuse. And you can find me on Facebook under Evil Pixie Gur and at Fried Queen on Twitter. You can find the podcast Digital High on iTunes and on YouTube if you look for Digital High Podcast. And did you guys want to share your social media stuff at all?
At the Jungle Creed.
Okay. That was Marquise.
I'm sure they heard it enough now. They know.
All right, and Aaron, yes, no, nothing?
Just the GTA video on our YouTube.
Okay.
That'd be Entertainment Fuse Web, I believe is the channel name.
Yep, where you cuss at your PS3, basically.
Oh, at 5 a.m. I'm so not cranky at all.
Yeah. You should have got it for 360. You could have played.
No, thank you. Red Rings of Death I'm allergic to.
Yes, because it's 2009.
Oh, God. All right, yeah, I gotta go.
Go. Watch your Sandra Bullock movie.
I will.
Why can't you watch one with a male lead? You're sexist? You a man hater?
Watch, they probably will kill off George Clooney that one. They're sexist. They don't want men alive. They're killing all the men.
Okay. This has declined drastically in the last, 5 minutes.
You're supposed to wrap up 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I just did. Let's go. Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.